welcome back, and good morning, Tobago. Again, of course, you are here with us on GMT. Good morning, Tobago. Program here on the Tobago Updates channel, and thank you so much for staying with us. Of course, we continue in conversations about our Carnival 2024 here on the island of Tobago, and we are going to go to another guest this morning who had an experience at our Carnival event here on the island, and this is none other than Tish G. She is a content creator, of course, and having that experience here on the island of Tobago for Carnival, of course, it's always amazing to have conversations with persons who come to Tobago to participate in Carnival events. Good morning, Tish, and welcome.
Good morning. Good morning. So
Right.
yes, I'm Tisha. I have a YouTube channel called I'm Living My Life, and I cover Caribbean culture and entertainment. Of course, I'm Trinbagonian. Was born in Trinidad. I live in the U.S., but I cover carnivals, especially across the Caribbean diaspora. And to be honest, Tobago Carnival 2022 was the second carnival that I covered on my channel. So yeah.
Wow. Wow. I know you've covered 2024. You've been here for the event 2024. What is your experience
Yes.
like? And I know sometimes content creators have to take their time to edit their product before they place them on their platforms. So I'm not sure if it's up yet or if you're still in the editing process to get that out there on your channel. What are some of the things we can look forward to? What was your experience like while you were here?
Okay, so the way I create content is, especially for YouTube, I do it more in real time because what I experience, I want my viewers to experience with me, right? So, I would have covered the payment line, I covered Juve, Pan, Parade of Bands, and they were all live streams. So for me, I've covered 2022, 23, and 24. And from inception, I found like Tobago Carnival, it's a really great experience in terms of vibes. To me, like the people who come here, they come here to have a great time. And so far it's been a consistent product. I know it's still in the early stages. There's still some things to iron out, but the brand itself, it has been consistent. And like I've seen improvements, especially this year, and adjustments to the calendar that has been favorable. And I think it works for the people that came here for Carnival.
Talking about the consistency in the brand, right? You said that you
Mm-hmm.
covered the first one in 2022 and you came back for 2023 and you came back for 2024. What is that thing that drew you back for each year to continue covering? And I'm certain that you'll be back for 2025.
Of course. So, like for me, I like the intimacy of Tobago Carnival. I like it that it's really small. Um, so far, the parties or the events that I've been to have not been like on a grand scheme, but everybody who's there, they're living in the moment and they're having a great time. You know, so Juve, I know like for the first year, it moved from downtown, like in the Crown Point area, and then it moved to Scarborough last year and this year, which was good. I mean, like there was more, the route was longer to cover. Um, in terms of like infrastructure, the first year I saw trucks were struggling because of the lines overhead. They couldn't get past the lines overhead. Um, the night mass, I saw that the night mass was moved from Roxborough to Scarborough, which I think was a better move, even though I didn't cover night mass. Another YouTuber covered it. And I think that was great in terms of accessibility and getting from one event to another. The uh, pan and powder or rhythm seal and pan, that was fabulous. I have a lot of pan viewers on my channel, so I think like the reception for that was overwhelming as well. um yeah, the parade of bands, I just find like as the years go by, the organization gets better in terms of, especially okay, for the first year, a lot of people didn't even realize that there was Tobago Carnival. Even the second year, and I saw that improvement this year in terms of like social media and people getting information out there about the events that's happening in Tobago Carnival. So much so that you had a successful night mass, right? You had a successful panorama. Even the Titans last year when I went to the Sokomona, I forgot what it's called, Titans. It's Soka
Soca
Titans, right?
Titans, yes.
Um, Yeah, so that turnout was really good too. So the Carnival product itself, I think it's improving. I think that there are things that are not improving that, could make the experience a little bit better. I don't know if you want to touch on those.
Before we go there, you spoke about being able to, firstly, I'm not certain that there was a carnival, not hearing much about it. There's a lot of talk in the atmosphere that the marketing for the carnival was not as it should be. But here you are, somebody who does not reside in Tobago and still able to say that you found that the marketing was sufficient in terms of being able to know what events were taking place, knowing the calendar. So I must, I must commend that, of course, for the marketing aspect of it. I know that there are some challenges that we have to work on. As you mentioned, it's a pretty young product. It started in
Hmm.
2022. We've never had a solo carnival here on the island of Tobago. And, we, as you mentioned, you could see the improvements year after year, and there will still be things to improve. Even we were speaking to the Secretary of Tourism just yesterday, and she was saying that she was thinking that by the fifth year, we would get to where we are now in the third year. So we have made a lot of improvements. But I do know that there are things that can be worked out. And I've heard a lot of different participants talking about their personal experience. While the overall experience was a success, there are a few personal experiences that people might want to talk about in terms of what can be done to ensure that their personal experiences. But what are some of the things that you have identified that you think we can address, work on, have bigger discussions, better planning in certain areas?
So I think like one thing that I have not that I have not seen improve is road management. From the first year to this year, there's a yes, there's priority for emergency vehicles to pass, but as a masquerader, it is like a frustrating road experience to have like one lane dedicated to that. But in that one lane, you have traffic going two ways, right? So I think that could be improved. Even if you have the emergency vehicles passing, just one direction would be helpful. It's really challenging for the truck drivers, the MCA, and the masqueraders just to figure out, okay, what's going on here. And it impacts the whole vibe of the experience, and of course, the sea bridge and air bridge, yes, that will be, and that is, a consistent, I guess, feedback that you will get. I, it's the same, it's the same, yeah. So, I hope I saw that the new airport is being built, so I hope that bigger airport would improve the international flights that are coming in. I hope there are more opportunities for that, so we won't have to be so reliant on the sea and air bridge from Trinidad and vice versa. I think that was the main thing, like those two on time. Like everything is um time based, and especially since the period is so short, like back to back events. So like the Soca Titans led into the pavement line, and the start of the pavement line was impacted because there were artists from the Soca Titans, and I'm not even sure if that started early or on time. So it's unfair for me to say that. However, like the pan and powder and the mass, the pan and powder started later, like 1 hour late, and I think that would have impacted the start of the night mass. So just to be mindful of those things, because everything is so like crunch. It's time. It's a time crunch. So yeah, I think those would improve the experience for us. One other thing, and it's not necessarily Tobago Carnival. I just think for me, who was reliant on taxis, and for friends who were reliant on taxis, it was a little hard to hear that, when you call a taxi, they're saying, oh, it's too late for them to come out. I hope that Tobago taxi service embraces. I mean, it's only going to get bigger. And this would really, really improve the experience for us, especially those who don't want to drink and drive, and just want to have a good time and want to be free. So, I just hope that part of it improves as well over the years.
I appreciate your reviews there, and I can tell you that at least two of the things that you mentioned, I know the Secretary of Tourism, I interviewed her yesterday, and she spoke about the transportation opportunity. She also spoke about the conversation that we're having with the sea bridge and the air bridge to ensure that we can get persons to Tobago, even looking at other routes. You know, there are so many things that we can do, but the conversations, they have made the assessments, they have seen, you know, some of the areas that need to be strengthened. So I know that while they have the stakeholder engagements, while they're continuing to do the assessments, that those things will come up in the conversation as well to ensure that the product is as perfect as possible at this point in time. Of course, you know, before you go, I'd like for you to share with our viewers anything that you want to highlight at this point in time as it relates to your experience in Tobago for our carnival, and you know, probably your social media handles so we can follow you to see your output.
Okay, yeah. So overall, I think Tobago Carnival is a fabulous experience from the first year. I've always said, like, I give it grace because it's still an early product, you know, and we're still smoothing out any issues that we may have. But from the first year, it's been excellent. I mean, like all the events that I've been to, the people that are there, they want to be there. And I think it's a more affordable experience than Trinidad's Carnival, of course. And to me, you get what you want out of it, right? And if you want to follow me, my YouTube channel is I Am Living My Life, and my Instagram is tisha.t.tish, Tisha .t.tish.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for coming on the program this morning and sharing your experience with us. We do appreciate your reviews, and of course, the conversation will continue as we grow the product called Tobago October Carnival here on the island. Ladies and gentlemen, we've been speaking with Tish G as she brought her experience to us this morning, and we're going to continue the conversation. In fact, on set and ready to have the conversation with you is another participant in the carnival event here on the island, another visitor to the island of Tobago for the specific reason of participating in the carnival activities. And she's on set with us this morning. Aloma Stewart is here to tell us about her experience for the Tobago October Carnival. Good morning and welcome.
Good morning.
Right.
It's
So,
great to be here.
of course, and it's a pleasure to have you here on set with us this morning to go through. And I'm looking at your arm, and I don't know if our viewers can see the amount of tags you're wearing.
And I had a lot more, and I cut it off.
Because I'm sure there's more space for them. So tell us, you know, about your experience for the Tobago Carnival. When did it start for you, the activities you participated in, and what was the overall experience like for you?
Okay, it started pretty early, like the weekend before the carnival. I got in. I attended the Blue Food. I sure I attended something on Saturday as well, but I can't remember what it was. I've been to so many parties. But the highlight for that weekend was the Blue Food. And I was so happy that it happened the weekend before the carnival. Because last year when I was here, I missed it, and I really wanted to experience it this time. And so from that weekend, I was in a party or a fete from the Saturday, the Sunday, the Monday, the Tuesday, Wednesday, everything until last night.
You totally enjoyed the season for Carnival, of course. And of course, I'm certain you took the road.
I did.
Right. And tell us, what was your experience like in terms of registering with the band, collecting your costumes, getting ready for the road, being on the road, participating, you know, interaction with, you know, people, your band members and stuff like that. What was it like for you? And I can see this big, bright smile, and I'm telling myself, this girl had a wonderful time and she's still living in the moment.
I had an awesome time. It was so awesome that the Friday before the carnival, I attended like two fetes. And I went until 5 a.m. Saturday morning, slept through Juve, of all things. I slept through And I played with Fog Angels this year, and I purposely did not book or played in a band for Juve because I wanted to do a mud master because I've never done that. But as I said, I slept through it. But I did Fog Angels on Sunday, so pretty mass. And registering, I did it really late and I did it online. Picking up my costume, there was a hiccup. I was told to pick it up. Well, it was scheduled to pick up on the Thursday. I couldn't get it. The Friday, I couldn't get it. Saturday, didn't get it as well. But on Sunday morning around 8:30, I got the costume. Okay, sorry. It was Friday, Saturday. Not Thursday. Friday, Saturday, I couldn't collect the costume, but I collected it on Sunday. It's like 8:30 that morning on Sunday morning for the road. And so I had to get ready. Well, I don't wear makeup or anything, so that's okay. So I got ready, and the band, it didn't start off until maybe like around 1 p.m. on Sunday. So I got there just in time. Being on the road, I didn't have many friends in the band, but everyone in Fog Angels, they were smiling, they were happy, they were like family on the road. They were, I don't even know anyone, as I said, but the way that we talked and laughed and interacted is like we knew each other a long period of time, from the DJ to the drinks people, the food people, the people like me, the masqueraders, security, everything. It was wonderful in Fog Angels for me.
Absolutely, and I'm happy that you were able to have that experience, of course, and participate in all those activities. I'm seeing, as we mentioned, you have like about 6 there, 4 or 5 or 6, and you cut some off. So I do know that you had a wonderful, wonderful season here for Carnival. I'm certain you'll be back next year.
Yes, God's willing, I will be back. And what I do, I normally buy my ticket the year before. Like now, when I go back, I'm going to buy my ticket to come back again.
Absolutely, and the dates are already out, so you know exactly how to book your tickets.
Yes,
which is something I must commend the Tobago Festivals Commission for, and the Division of Tourism, Culture, Antiquities and Transportation for putting those dates out. I think we have 3 consecutive years already out, so people can book in advance to get here for Carnival. I'm happy that you had that wonderful experience, and I'm looking forward to seeing you again next year for Carnival and other festivals that we might have on the island that would pique your interest as well. In closing, is there anything you want to share with our guests, with our viewers?
Man, you all need to come and experience this. It's so awesome. It was crime-free. It was, the weather was perfect. It had rain, but we needed the rain, but it was just wonderful. Everyone needs to come and just experience it.
Well, you heard it this morning, Aloma Stewart saying that you need to come to Tobago to experience our Carnival, not just Carnival. Festivals on the island, we have the same standard as far as I'm aware. The Tobago Festivals Commission mentioned that their priority is ensuring that all of our festivals are the same standard. So whatever you want to participate in, Tobago is the place to be. Ladies and gentlemen, this is where we have to end the program this morning, and we thank you so much for staying with us and for going through the conversations, of course, having your say, leaving your comments on our live stream, whether you viewed us here on Facebook, on YouTube, or on Amplia 102. We thank you so very much. And of course, as we head on into our holiday tomorrow, yes, it's Diwali here in Trinidad and Tobago, and we do hope that you have a wonderful, wonderful and safe Diwali celebrations tomorrow. Peace out, and we'll be back again.